What's wrong, everyone? Jeremy here from, well, my personal channel, the Jeremy Hambly channel, a channel I hope, if you haven't yet, that you'll subscribe down below to. It's my overflow channel, but it's also my more casual, uncensored, spicier channel, and a spot where I can just kind of be me, and I don't feel boxed in. I can cover whatever topics I want. Right now, it's particularly important to me that this roommate of the loser that took the life of Charlie Kirk gets investigated. I firmly believe that the roommate was involved in both the planning of the assassination of Charlie Kirk. I believe that they were involved in the cover-up. We know that they deleted evidence. We know that they communicated via text message with the alleged shooter on that day. We also now know more that Charlie Kirk's suspect's trans lover was kicked out of the family for disturbing behavior, a relative claims. Now, of course, Jimmy Kimmel's going to say, well, yeah, that's a mega. You got kicked out for being mega, right? You got kicked out for being mega. Everybody knows he was mega. You look at those text messages, sure. If we get more information from the FBI and we see timestamps and we see that maybe the text messages they showed us had dozens of text messages in between them and it doesn't just read like a confession, so be it. But if that's their exact text message chain, I don't believe that there isn't more to look at here. I believe, at least my running theory, is that they planned out those text messages, and he may have been, his trans roommate may have been sitting at a computer using iMessage and just sending the messages back and forth between the accounts so that it would look like the trans roommate had no involvement whatsoever in anything. Above all, this Tyler loser clearly was in love with their trans boyfriend and wanted to protect them from mean words. So to me, it's entirely possible that they agreed he would be the fall guy. I believe the way he was talking in these text messages, he thought he was going to get away with it all along. In my experience, the people that do this kind of stuff, the people that go into schools, they don't try to escape. They usually check out themselves in the spot where they do it, because that just seems to be the modus operandi. Not this guy. He thought he was going to get away with it. The lover of Charlie Kirk's assassin hated his family and had been kicked out of his parents' home for addiction and substance abuse, according to new claims. Now, look, this isn't to disparage people who have dealt with addiction, who have addiction problems in their family, because, it doesn't really care who you are, how much money you have. They don't care whatsoever. Addiction doesn't care whatsoever. And this is, bizarre to me. A relative of Lance Twiggs said that he was living with the assassin Tyler Robinson after his relationship with his family deteriorated and became detached and radicalized. What? 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 I didn't know that. What? I thought that this guy was a right winger. That's what I thought. His father thought he wasn't being respectful and was being problematic, so they kicked him out. Twiggs' relative revealed in an interview to Fox News. He then lived with his grandparents until he was 18 and graduated from high school. Now, what does this person's history sound like to you? It sounds like what you would be saying about the guy that did the act, doesn't it? It sounds exactly like the history of one of these idiots that go into schools or churches or whatever and do stuff like that. That's what it sounds like to me. It doesn't sound like Tyler had that kind of lifestyle at all. All I heard is that his parents loved him and everything was fine. But the real reason he was acting out was because he was using drugs and alcohol and he was addicted to gaming. I'm not even going to... Gaming? Come on. Robinson now faces, about 10 different charges, things like that. The relative said that Twiggs moved into a townhouse with other college students before Robinson lived in the home. So he was already living there. The other roommates eventually moved out, leaving Twiggs and Robinson in the townhouse together. The relative added that the two were, in fact, in a romantic relationship. In a separate interview, an anonymous relative told Fox News that Twiggs developed a hatred for Christians and conservatives. He hated us. He was not raised that way. But he, over the years, has become really detached and been radicalized. I ask you again, leave a like on the video if you think we're onto something here. I think that his little lover boy was 100% involved in this. Can I prove it? No, I can't. Can the FBI prove it? Yes, they can. And they should. What I'm mostly worried about is that he's going to get some sort of plea deal so that they get a better case against the shooter. But I believe with all the fabric of my being that Twiggs was involved. Twiggs was a radical who hated Christians, who hated conservatives, who had a drug and alcohol problem, who had a messed up upbringing. Aren't these the hallmarks of the people that do this stuff? Aren't these like the, Webster's dictionary defines psycho shooter as? Isn't this exactly what he is and was? By the way, thanks everyone for subscribing to the channel so far and joining the members Discord. Go to thequartering.com/join and get in that Discord because these stories are breaking there before anywhere else. Just go here, you join, and then you download the software. It's very easy and intuitive, and you can talk directly to me, Hannah Claire Brimlow, Melanie Mack, my other staff, and there's all sorts of other wholesome stuff going on in there. Workout programs, church stuff, new moms groups, self-defense stuff, costume contests for Halloween. Thequartering.com says join. Get in there. He hated us. The relative added that Twiggs was always angry and his behavior got worse in the past few years. They also speculated that Twiggs may have influenced Robinson's politics during their time together. I think Tyler got a whole lot worse in the year that they'd been dating. They are big gamers, and obviously they have that group that influences them as well as others. But my gut tells me that Twiggs did a lot more than influencing. See, I told you. His own family said that he's probably involved. His own family has said, yeah, he's probably involved. Twiggs was dragged into the investigation when Robinson texted him, drop what you're doing and look under the keyboard. Twiggs found a note that said, I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk and I'm going to take it, prosecutor said. Robinson said back, I'm still okay, my love, but I'm stuck in OREM for a little while longer. We already know what happened with the text messages, which are also very odd. It's like this roommate used like ChatGPT and was just texting himself back and forth from both accounts, which you can do if they're Apple phones. I don't know of a way to do it from an Android phone. Maybe you can. I'm not up on all the latest technology. I don't use Apple products. Certainly, I think it would be more difficult to pull it off with an Android phone. My question is, why hasn't this guy been arrested? He at minimum destroyed evidence. He at minimum destroyed evidence. The idea that, again, this guy was into all sorts of degenerate videos and disgusting stuff online, which helped radicalize him. I don't know that I believe, even for a second, that this guy's boyfriend, at minimum, did not have previous knowledge. There is no doubt in my mind that his boyfriend knew. No doubt. And as this investigation continues, Like, as this investigation continues, we're going to get more information. I'm trying to find, more information about, screw Jimmy Kimmel, right? Leave a like for Rest and Pepperoni's Jimmy Kimmel's career. You can see most mainstream media already stopped Problem Child. Alleged Charlie Kirk's assassin roommate was problematic before family kicked him out. This is the guy that planned it, in my opinion. The roommate planned it, in my opinion. The roommate may have even carried it out, in my opinion. They have similar builds. Or the roommate may have convinced his boyfriend to do it. That's what I think. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I will be following this case. This channel isn't just, exclusively about covering the Charlie Kirk stuff. There's other news, but this is obviously the biggest news now. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you get in that Discord, thequartering.com/join, and we'll talk to you again real soon.